Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Tea Talk with me, Owen Fernandez. I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever in the world you are. I believe you are safe and doing well. Today is the 4th of November 2021, and our topic is how to make smart goal setting. We are on episode 54. So let me start with this question. When I say the word goal, what picture or what visualization comes to your mind? Now, those who are associated with sports like rugby, like football, like ice hockey or field hockey will understand that the word goal is a place or a post where you will have to target to score and score more than your opponent for a win. It means to say that it is requiring an effort, some sort of a teamwork, some strategy, and a focus. So it may, at some point of time, also involve a brilliant individual effort within a team. Now, when it comes to normal people like you and me, I'm sure that you must have come across many people who seem lost in this world. Now, what do I mean by saying lost in this world? They have many things going on in their mind and they appear to be confused. They work hard, but they don't seem to get anywhere. They just run around in circles or at best appear or feel stuck. I hope you could relate to what I'm talking about. A key reason that they feel this way is that they haven't spent enough time thinking about what they want from life and haven't set themselves some concrete goals. After all, would you set out on a long journey with no real idea of your destination? Of course, unless you are a person who is a hitchhiker not knowing where you want to go. But for most of us, probably not. We do like to plan. Having said that, there are people who want to accomplish big goals. And on the other side, there are people who don't. And for me, that's okay. And we must respect that. The truth is that in our life, we always do activities that are goal oriented, even if we think we have no goals. Now, for example, my today, I had set a goal in the morning that I'm going to get up and do some pending work that was not completed yesterday. I wanted to finish it early in the morning. And for those who know me, I'm a morning person. I also needed to set a goal saying that I'm going to drop my children in front of the school at around 8:10, 8:15. And of course, I had set a goal that today I'm going to live stream episode 54, how to make smart goal setting. So all our activities, knowingly or unknowingly, are small tasks, small projects, and small goals. Friends, I love what Benjamin E. Mays once said, and I quote: the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goals to reach. End of quote. Think about it. In my last episode, episode number 53, titled How to Become Your Best Self, in one of the tips that I shared, we mentioned about setting goals. So, friends, in this episode, I continue and thus I will share why set goals. What are SMART goals? What does the acronym of the word SMART stand for? Who invented that word? And of course, 6 simple steps to mark setting goals well. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, take a comfortable seat, relax as we go deeper into this topic. Friends, if you're here on this call for the very first time, welcome. And please let me know in the chat box where you are watching from. So let's go ahead. I see a good friend of mine, Peter. Welcome, Peter. So, as usual, friends, I love to start with a quote. And this time, I'm going to quote the famous Andrew Carnegie. He says, if you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Spend a second or two on reading this once again. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Thoughts, energy, inspiration, hope, all bundled and stuffed together in this quote. I do remember saying in the last episode that goal setting is an intellectual process. You need to bring all your senses and all your faculties into picture while setting a goal. And I also remember I mentioned that goal setting and goal achievement are not the same. While goal setting is an intellectual process, goal achievement is a complete lawful process. And I'm going to share on this topic sometime in the near future. So, why set goals? What is smart goal setting? Friends, a goal, simply put, is a clearly defined personal objective. In the context of team or in the context of business, it could be a business objective. So you could basically adjust that particular definition. A goal is a clearly defined personal objective, something that you want to achieve, and it is always time bound, meaning you want to achieve it in a specific period of time. Apart from many other things, goals give you clarity and focus. In fact, goals motivate us to cut through all the challenges and all the chaotic life that we spend and get focused on what's really important. In addition, goals help us map out necessary steps to achieve our desired results. For me, the most important, as I see myself in the capacity of a life coach, is that goals raise our self confidence as we see ourselves grow and progress in the process of setting and achieving goals. Let me share something where Bill Copeland, an American poet, writer, and historian, once said, the trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score. Friends, setting goals gives you long term vision, and at the same time, it also gives you short term motivation if it fits on, if it fits into a specific criteria. And that's the reason why thoughts, energy, hope, inspiration are all involved in it. It focuses on your acquisition of knowledge and helps you to organize time and your resources so that you can make the most of your life. Take any top level athlete, take any successful businessman, or for that matter, take anybody who has ever achieved anything in life, in any field. The common denominator is that they all set goals. I see Venkatesh Bhagyat from Chicago. Welcome, Venkatesh. Nice to see you. I also see Pratik Vyas. Thanks for showing up. So now that we have basically defined in simple terms why set goals, let's move a little further. What is smart goal setting? In short, It involves thinking and planning before acting, and thus taking a few smart steps. It's sending a message to us: why work hard, which in a way is good? Why not focus on working smart? Here, you need to think whether you really want a certain goal and if you're willing to devote your time, your attention, your energy to it. As you and I know, friends, it's not wise to start anything and then stop. Why? Because it's a waste of time and energy. And for some people, it could be frustrating. You need to be smart and wise while setting goals, even if they are simple and unimportant. Simple tasks. So, having said that, let's proceed a little bit further. Have a look at this visual diagram about the word smart. And let me just take you down history as to how this thing came out. SMART Goals acronym was developed by George Doran, Andrew Miller, and James Cunningham in the year 1981. So it's almost 40 years ago. They mentioned this in an article. There's a smart way to write management goals and objectives. Using the SMART goal framework, one can set boundaries and define steps that one needs to take, involve all the resources necessary to get there, and milestones that indicate progress along the way. Friends, with SMART goals, you're more likely to achieve your goal efficiently and effectively. So if you see the picture on your screen, you know the weights given to S, M, A, R, and T are different under different interpretations, but I'll stick to the common basic one, the original one. The S stands for specific. You will also see in certain cases the S could stand for significant. But as I said, let's stick to the basics. A specific goal has a much greater chance of being accomplished than a general goal. Be specific. Now, what do I mean by be specific? Ask yourself if your goal can answer the 6 W questions. Who? Who is involved? It could be you, it could be many. What? What do I or we want to accomplish? Where? Do you want to set up something physically in some locality or in some territory, in some country? You need to identify the location geographically. Where? India, USA. In USA, where? Chicago. In Chicago, where? When? Establish a time frame. Give it a specific date, a specific month, a specific calendar year. The question which? Identify requirements and constraints. And the most important, of course, the question why? Specific reasons, absolute detail oriented. It could be for a particular purpose or some benefits of accomplishing the goal. The M stands for measurable, and in some context, it could be meaningful as well. Now, as I said, M, measurable. Friends, when you measure your progress, there is a high possibility that you could stay on track and reach your target dates and experience the thrill of achieving your goal, and could even push you to put in a continuous effort in order to reach your goal. You need to measure things. And in psychometrics, I just do that. Measure, 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 measure. Even when you're talking about Six Sigma quality controls, it's all about measurement. Measurement gives you an indication where to start, where are you heading, what could be the possible reasons. To determine if your goal is measurable, friends, ask questions such as how much, how many, How will I know when it is accomplished? So while the specificity of a goal is related to the six W's, here you will find the H playing a very prominent role. How much? How many? How will I know when it is accomplished? The A stands for attainable, and in some context, it is also action oriented. Sticking on to the basics, attainable, achievable. Friends, when you identify goals that are most important to you, you begin to figure out ways you can make them come true. Of course, it's a dream remains a dream if it's not cut into certain actionable plan goals. When you do that, you develop the attitudes, the abilities, the skills. You also find out if there is a financial capacity to reach them. You begin seeing previously overlooked opportunities to bring yourself closer to the achievement of your goals, and it's all driven by desire. Friends, let me state this very clearly. You can attain almost any goal you set when you plan your step wisely and establish a time frame that allows you to carry out those steps. Goals that may have seemed far away and out of reach eventually move closer and become attainable, not because your goals shrink. No, your goals should never shrink. That's compromise, that's giving up. But because you grow and expand to match them. So let me check if somebody is on the call. Peter Bordas says, once you have a goal, become so focused that you will be completely immersed in that activity. Very true. It all comes to desire. Napoleon Hill once said that desire is the beginning of all achievements. Venkatesh says that I am not able to see or hear, maybe an issue at my side. I guess so. If Peter is basically following me, I think so. Please check your AV equipment. So we have taken care of the S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable or achievable, and then come to R, which could be realistic. And in some cases, it could be relevant, rewarding, or whatever it is. As I said, we stick on to the basic original one, realistic. Friends, to be realistic, a goal must represent an objective towards which you are both willing and able to work. There are people who are able but not willing. There are people who are willing but not able. They can be trained. To determine if your goal is realistic, ask questions such as, number one, do I truly believe that it can be accomplished? It's a question of faith. It's a question of your mindset. Secondly, ask yourself, have I accomplished anything similar in the past that I can lean and take something out of it, though the goals could be absolutely different? The third question that you could probably ask, friends, is, can I identify the conditions that would have to exist to accomplish this goal? Bring reality into the picture, just not fantasizing, just not hallucinating. And for me, as a life coach, when it comes to realistic and even relevant for that matter, I could combine them together. Ask yourself whether your goals align with your values and your long term objectives. For your personal growth and development, a goal set in order to make yourself better and brighter, it must be relevant in the context of where you are at any given point. And that brings us to the final one, time bound. And in some cases, in some context, they say trackable or tangible. But as I said, sticking on to the basic, T stands for time bound. A goal should be grounded within a time frame. In fact, you can even consider it as a project. And project is defined as a start, a definite start, and a definite end. With no time frame tied to it, there is no sense of urgency. And over a period of time, you would lose motivation. Here, ask yourself, when do you want to accomplish your goal? Give it a date: 3rd of February 2022, 17th of March 2023, whatever it could be. Just don't say someday. Someday won't work. But if you anchor it within a time frame, then you have already set your unconscious mind into motion, which then begins to work on the goal. And we have done and said a lot about the power of the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject. But once your subconscious mind takes control of anything, it will just surface out over a period of time. But it will for sure. So, SMART goals are all about being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Now, having said that, I did promise at the start of the episode saying that I would share some 6 steps to set SMART goals. So, how does one go about setting a SMART goal? I would like to mention a quote from Zig Ziglar. He says, "A goal properly set is halfway reached." And thus it becomes so very important. I repeat, a goal properly set is halfway reached. So, what is the first and foremost step concerning a goal if you want to see that it's a SMART goal, fulfilling all the S, M, A, R, and T? And of course, there are another two in the modern version. It's called SMARTER, which talks about evaluating and redoing or reviewing. So, first come first, write the goal down. Don't keep it in your mind. Write it down. Now, you may ask me why? Why write it down? Why can't I keep it right in the center of my eyes or whatever it is? Now, there are various advantages. Writing down your goal forces you to get clear on what you want to accomplish because you see there and your hand actually writes it down. It provides motivation and helps you focus on activities that are important each day rather than reacting whenever the situation demands. When you define your goals, you give yourself a destination to reach and thus a daily direction. Put it up on your walls, put it up on the refrigerator, put it up on the place where you normally go every day, many times. It could be your bathroom, it could be your toilet, or even it could be the kitchen sink, wherever, whatever it is. Friends, when writing SMART goals, use concise language, but at the same time include relevant information as well. These are designed to help you succeed. So be positive when answering those questions. And last but not the least, writing down crystallizes them and gives them more focus. So write down your goal with so much clarity. And if possible, let it be concise. The second step that I would like to share here is state each goal as a positive statement. Express your goals positively. You may ask me, Owen, why? When stated in a positive manner, goals point us in a specific direction and allow us to measure ourselves continuously towards that end. So combine hope, combine expectancy, add a little bit of self belief. And if you do not believe, borrow belief from somebody else for a temporary period of time. Mix it with faith. And lo and behold, the chance of you being happier and more successful simply is amplified and exponential. State each goal as a positive statement. Number three is also connected to the art of writing down. Be precise. Set precise goal, putting in dates, times, and amounts so that you can measure your progress and thus your achievement. If you do this, you'll know exactly when you have achieved the goal and can take complete satisfaction from having achieved it. Be precise. Be precise. The fourth step that I would encourage you is give it a priority. Now, why do I say priority or set priorities? You could be having multiple goals all happening at the same time, but you need to know which is important, which is urgent, which is not essential, which can wait. There also, you're assuming or you're giving a particular time frame to that depending upon the urgency and the importance for you. When you have several goals, friends, give each a priority. This helps you to avoid feeling overwhelmed, and we have spoken about overwhelmed just a few weeks ago. So when you are clear, when you are precise, when you know how important the goal is to you, how urgent and how much it matters to you, if you give it a priority, it will help you direct your attention to the most important ones. So set priorities. The fifth step that I would share with you is keep operational goals small. Now, as a teacher and as a coach, I come across different kinds of people, and some have come to me with big goals. In management terms, it's called BHAG. It's called big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, as I said in the past episode also, if you want to become a better self, dream big, think big. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's perfectly okay. However, you need to understand that the bigger the goal, the more planning it would demand for you. So keep operational goals small. How do you eat an elephant? Bite size, portion by portion, part by part. Keep the low level goals that you're working towards small and achievable. Now, if the goal is too large, then cut it down. Make it more smaller so that you could get a sense of accomplishment, because wins are necessary, and the first win is very important when you have got a big goal in mind, and then build upon it, progress upon it. Keeping goals small and incremental gives more opportunities for us to reward ourselves and back ourselves, which leads to further self motivation, further inner motivation, saying that, yeah, I've come this far, I can go further, I can do it. And it gives you a sense of more confidence. Keep operational goals small. And point number 6 is set performance goals, not outcome goals. Friends, you should take care to set goals over which you have as much control as possible. Now, I know in a practical world that we live in, including COVID, it's not possible. But still try. It can be quite frustrating to fail to achieve a personal goal for reasons beyond your control. And I do understand it. Now, in the business context, these reasons could be bad business environment, a pandemic, or unexpected effects of government policies. In sport, they could include a fault by poor judging from the umpire, bad weather, or injury, or just simply plain bad luck. If you base your goals on personal performance, then you can keep control over the achievement of your goals and draw satisfaction from them. Now, as I know, we live in a volatile, uncertain, ever changing world, an ambiguous world. It's called the VUCA world. But try as far as possible, to work towards things that you are in control of. So, summarizing, write down your goal, state each goal as a positive statement, be precise, set priorities, keep operational goals small, set performance goals and not outcome goals. Friends, as I close this, I would like to share a quote from Earl Nightingale. The quote goes like this: success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. It's a realization of the thoughts that you have concerning a particular desired outcome. And when you have achieved a goal, take time to enjoy the satisfaction of having done so. Absorb all the lessons the goal achievement has taught you. For example, if the goal was a significant one, reward yourself appropriately. All of this helps you to build up self-confidence and then go further to take up more challenging goals. With the experience of having achieved this goal, review the rest of your goal plans. For example, if you achieve the goal too easily, make your next goal a little bit harder to achieve, so that you know that you need to stretch. And when you stretch, you will find out your ability and your limits. If the goal took a long length of time to achieve, make the next one a little easier by bringing down, so that you could put pressure on yourself and shorten the span of time. If you learned something that would lead you to change other goals, do so and share all the lessons with everyone, including us. If you noticed some shortfall or shortcoming in your skills despite achieving the goal, decide to set goals to fix this in the future. So, as I close, friends, thanks for watching. You will find the references of what has been shared at the end of this talk. Feel free to use them further for your personal growth and development. And friends, if you liked this episode, please comment and share. Also, you could go to my YouTube channel, where this episode will shortly be put up, including all the previous 53 episodes are all there for you to watch, share, and learn from. Remember, the win is always within you. I, Owen Fernandez, and am here to help you be victorious. I believe in you, and together we can. So stay safe. See you next week on the next episode with me in Tea Time with Owen. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.